Hi guys, this is a redirect to my reaction to Avatar The Last Airbender, Season 3, Episodes 4, 5 and 6, another 3 great episodes. So the first episode we saw Sokka's, it was a character development focus on Sokka, who finally has a master. He finally got proper training from a master, a sword wielding master, to learn how to use a sword, how to wield a sword, and he was able to actually forge his own sword using a huge ass meteorite that came to Earth, that fell to Earth. So Sokka, he was just frustrated with how Aang, Katara, and Toph, they're so amazing with their elemental bending skills, and he's the only one without any bending skills. So he felt like he was quite worthless. He felt useless. He's not useless. He's actually a great strategist, but I'm saying that's how he felt. He felt like he just couldn't do anything compared to them, and they were always seen as really powerful and really great in their own ways. And his teammates, they were trying to tell him that actually he's very good at making jokes, and he's, to me, he's a smart strategist as well. And I like his rational thinking, because sometimes that's actually needed. You need a balance of someone who thinks rationally as well as someone who thinks more emotionally, like Katara does. It just makes me wonder, I kind of understand why Sokka does not have waterbending skills, because that would mean that Aang's team has two waterbending people. But just genetic wise, it doesn't quite make sense, because I thought that Katara and Sokka's parents, both parents have waterbending skills, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe they both would have waterbending skills. So why don't both of the children have waterbending skills? How come it's only Katara who has waterbending skills? Because I know that they both have the same parents. They're not like half brother, half sister. So if someone could clarify why Sokka doesn't have waterbending skills, because I don't see that as a recessive gene. That should be something that all the children should have. If both of the parents have waterbending skills, surely that would be passed down to all of the children. I'm trying to think of it logically, but in a way, I kind of understand why the writers didn't want Sokka to have waterbending skills anyway. But then again, I feel like if they didn't want him to have waterbending skills, then why make him be related to Katara? I don't know. Anyway, so we saw he struggled a lot at first at how to use the sword, and he was just making a fool out of himself at the master. And the master, he was actually very patient, and he was actually very accepting of Sokka. He was like you got to prove yourself to me before you take lessons, if you want to take lessons. But it was still really easy. He was like, yeah, I can teach you. So he taught him sword skills, how to use a sword. First few tries he couldn't quite get it, but he really did improve. He improved a lot, and he was using his surroundings, and he actually got the opportunity at the end to fight his master, to have a sword wielding match against his master. Because that was triggered after Sokka told his master who he really was. So apparently his master already knew beforehand, just from Sokka's name, that he's not actually part of the Fire Nation crew. Fire Nation, yeah, he's not part of the Fire Nation. So, because of Sokka's name sounds very Water Tribe-like. So if you want to go undercover, you should have chosen a Fire Nation based name. So, but obviously he didn't tell him that he knew. He still taught him, so he still had a lot of kindness in him. He wasn't prejudiced, basically. He wasn't prejudiced at all at Sokka, even though he knew that Sokka was not part of the Fire Nation. but Sokka did tell him like, I'm actually part of the water tribe, and forgive me for lying to you. Um, but like they just had like a not too serious. It wasn't a serious thing. Like it was just a sparring match against its master, and master like he was really impressed by Sokka. He was so impressed that he's like he really thought highly of Sokka. So I'm just really glad that Sokka got a really kind, understanding, and thoughtful, an extremely good teacher as well, the master. Um, so the master, like, he actually allowed him to allow Sokka to make his own swords, and he has a black sword. Because it's made out of the meteorite he used, so I thought that was really interesting that he wanted to use the meteorite as the material for the sword, so he didn't want to make like a normal silver sword using carbon or something. Meteorite. It was meteorite. So yeah. So yeah, Sokka now is a swordsman, so that's really cool. Alright, the next episode was like a holiday kind of episode. So basically, Azula, Ty Lee, Mai, and Zuko, they went to Ember Island with the granny twins, who, by the way, made me cringe so much, but it's... I really like the relationship between Zuko and Mai, even though they have such conflicting personalities, because Zuko, like, he has at least some interest in the world, but Mai has hardly any interest in anything. Like she's so cold and like moody, and like she's so easily bored and uninterested in anything, and that was really annoying Zuko. But Zuko also has a temper that Mai doesn't like, and Azula was getting jealous that Ty Lee was getting so much attention from all these boys. And like, I was just thinking, oh, this thought detected. Like she was like proper, like getting all these guys, and Azula, like she just felt like no one was desiring her, because obviously they didn't know who she really was, that she was actually Princess Azula. They were all going undercover really. So she wanted to see like how people would treat her if they didn't know that she was Princess Azula. She did actually get a kiss from a guy. Um, she did have quite a nice time with one of them, but then like she just blew it because she finds it really hard to like socialize properly and be a normal person and be nice to people. And she even found it hard to like have a genuine smile as well. So she's lacking in that. And then we saw like a bit of like a backstory, info dump, I guess, about Ty Lee, how she just didn't get any attention when she was a child because she had a lot of siblings. So that's why she joined the circus, and she's proud of being a circus freak, because that's what Zuko called her. They were having like this really big argument, and because Ty Lee, like she really wants attention, and Mai was like, oh, is that why you have 10 boyfriends? And like, oh my days. Zuko and Mai were like having a fight, but they made up at the end. Like they had a brief breakup, but then they made up. Weird couple, but anyway, yeah. So, I mean, Azula, like she tries so hard to like be cold and not like give a shit, but I can tell that she's actually a little bit bothered that her mother preferred Zuko over her. Understandably too. But then again, like her father preferred her over Zuko though, so doesn't that even it out a bit? I'm just saying. Anyway, so in the third episode we actually got a lot of like tea being spilled that actually Roku and Sozin is Zuko for... Wait, hold on. Zuko thought Sozin was his grandfather, but Iroh just told him at the end that Sozin is actually his father's grandfather, which doesn't quite make sense because I thought because Sozin and Avatar Roku, they both looked like they were around the same age. So did I just misheard it? I don't think I misheard it. I might have to rewind back, but anyway, so they were really good friends, Avatar Roku and Sozin. And then after Roku found out that he's actually the Avatar, so he had to leave the Fire Nation and travel all around the world to learn all four elements. And he really he became his own person. And he's a very nice man. He was very kind. Then he eventually got married, and while Sozin became the Fire Lord. But eventually the power came to his head. He became corrupted. It didn't happen at first. They were actually really good friends, and then he said that they should that he wants to use Roku. He wants him and Roku to prosper in other nations, but Roku said no, I'm not gonna be part of this with you. This is absurd. This is a bad idea. There should be peace within the nations. But Sozin didn't understand that, so they broke the friendship. So and then Roku he had to battle this volcano that was destroying his village, the town that he was in, and he did actually get help from Sozin technically, but then Sozin just left him there to die, and I just thought that was disgusting. I was just absolutely disgusted by that. To just leave your own friend behind. I don't care what issues you had, but you were friends with them for so long and you just leave them to die. I don't know, man. Anyway, so yeah, that's my thoughts. What you think of these episodes? Let me know, and stay tuned for more.